6 months ago, I drove this road from Nairobi to Laikipia for the first time. And I remember thinking at the time, just what am I doing? I was chasing a real long shot, attempting to capture photographs of the most elusive creature I'd ever tried to photograph, a melanistic leopard. To say my chances of success were slim would be to put it mildly. But to cut a long story short, after a few days in Laikipia, I'd managed to capture my first photographs of the black leopard. And I remember thinking as I looked at the photo on the back of the camera screen that this first image was a career-defining moment for me. And indeed, when I got back and released the photos, the publicity they generated was unbelievable. But it didn't end there. Just knowing this black leopard is out there and having a rough idea of his territory is really a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for me. And so my camera traps have been running continuously ever since I captured those first photographs. And over the last 6 months, I've kept visiting them and moving them around. And as I achieve each shot that I've got pictured in my mind's eye, I've moved on to try and get increasingly more ambitious shots. And for me, the holy grail is a photograph of the black leopard under the spectacular, starry African night sky. A bit like this shot I took in Zambia a few years ago. But to capture a shot like this, everything has to be perfect and all the elements have to come together. And so far, the shot has eluded me. And I'm really hoping he sticks around just long enough for me to get this shot with the stars in the sky. Whoa. This river has come up a lot since I last crossed it. Hope I don't get stuck. Well, that wasn't so bad. But just as I got to the deepest part of the water there, I got distracted because I spotted this awesome creature over here. A leopard tortoise. Hopefully, a good omen. Let's see what we've got. This little thing is one of my favourite accessories for camera trap photography. It's called the X-Fur or Transfer X-Fur Max. And what it is an in-field backup device. And it is super useful for when I'm servicing my camera traps. I simply take the memory card, plug it in, and I can incrementally back up that card. So it means I don't have to take cards away with me, bring back fresh ones and keep track of cards that way. I can back them up the moment I take them out the camera, and because it's an incremental backup, it will just save the newest files, and then I can put it back in to keep running or format it if I want to start fresh. Ooh, ant. It's got great battery life as well. I've backed up thousands of photos on a single charge and never even got close to being empty. You actually use your own 2.5-inch hard drive in it. So you can pretty much get any 2.5-inch drive, slot it in, and so in here I've got a 2 terabyte SSD, which is very fast. It downloads photos about 140 megabytes per second, so it doesn't take me long to back up the photos. and then eject the card. Done. On to the next camera. So the last camera had an SD card. This one's a compact flash card. But this handy little device has a slot for both types. So let's back this one up now. The third slot on this side can either be an XQD card reader or a CFast card reader. And that's really handy because it actually means I don't need to carry a separate card reader dongle for those cards. And you can even plug in another drive into this USB slot up here and back up to the internal drive in here and the external drive at the same time, as long as you plug this into a power supply, because it doesn't have enough power to power 2 drives. It's got an okay screen and you can use that to browse pictures if you want. If you're not traveling with a laptop, that's obviously quite useful. Although I generally will just plug it into a laptop. And the way you do that is it's got a USB 3 socket here, which you connect to the laptop, and then the laptop just sees this as an external drive. So the one downside of it is the cost. For what it is, I do feel it's a bit pricey, especially as the drive is not included. But it fits into my workflow so well, and it's so handy as this sort of mobile backup solution, that for me the cost is worth it. And I think if you're a photographer that travels a lot and doesn't like to always bring a laptop for backing up cards, then something like this is pretty handy. Okay, that one's done. Okay, let's look at these on the computer. Okay, those are importing. And because it's that SSD drive with the USB 3 connection, it's actually pretty quick to read. I do wish it was a Thunderbolt connection, but I guess I can live with USB 3. Okay, they're finished importing. Let's see what I've got. Oh, this is exactly what I was hoping for. Now, I'm supposed to be keeping these under wraps until my next book is ready, but given you've watched to this point, I'll give you a sneak preview. Have a look at this. What a spectacular animal. So happy with that. And as for this device, well, as I said, it's one of my favorite accessories. And in fact, I like these so much for camera trapping that I've actually struck a deal with the manufacturer of this device so that I can distribute them through the Camtraptions store. So if you do want to get hold of one, visit camtraptions.com. I'll include the link below. And you can buy them in 3 different versions depending on the different card slot configurations you're looking for. So that's all for this project update stroke accessory demo. If you want to follow more of my Black Leopard updates, then please subscribe to my channel. There's more coming, and I'll see you in the next video. What should I set up for next? Black Leopard in front of a lightning storm?